Well, I grew up on a dairy farm right outside of town. I mean, my dad was a dairy farmer for 30 years, so hard work was really just instilled in me from as little as I can remember. I mean, at 5 years old, I was doing chores around and feeding cows and baby calves and just doing stuff. That's just what I knew. And I tell people this story when I talk about it, when I be interviewed for jobs and all that. I'm so appreciative. At the time, I didn't care for it. You know, it's work, and I didn't get to go play with my friends sometimes, or I had to miss a ball game here or whatever. But now, as an adult, going back, knowing what I learned from those experiences, I would take nothing for it. I mean, because it taught me everything that I needed to know from my current position to get where I was, to be able to go to college, to do those things, to work, and to really appreciate the importance of work and what a work ethic was. I'm just an average old country boy that grew up here that had opportunity, through sports and athletics to go to college on a football scholarship. I was an undersized player. I mean, I'm 5'7", and those guys don't get to go chance to do that too much. But I go back to work ethic and wanting to, and that drive that was instilled in me and wanting to get there, and those things just allowed me to really be an overachiever, if you will, as far as you look at that. I mean, I had some great opportunities, and I'm not here to brag about myself, but I had a chance. I was a pretty good player in high school. I got to be an all-state football player. I got to go play in the high school all-star game. My parents have a picture of me in the all-star game, a 5'7" guy here in the huddle, talking up to all these 6'5" guys. To get to college, that was my goal. I didn't want to be on a dairy farm. I didn't want to do this the rest of my life. And that's no slap against anybody else, my parents or anything else. That just wasn't one in me. So I had an opportunity there. So that was a goal. So my goal, too, was being a country guy. I wanted to make a lot of money. Right. So when I got out, I was going to go to the business world. Well, gotcha. I got in the middle of college and those degrees and stuff and decided that wasn't for me. That's not what I wanted to do. Those business classes didn't excite me. They bored me. Right. And I thought, okay, what really excites me? And that was being around guys that excited me were my coaches. They had a tremendous impact on me. Coach Don Poe, those guys here were huge influences because athletics was my outlet. It was the thing that excited me the most, and I got after it. I enjoyed being around kids and doing those things. So about halfway through college, I got excited about, well, maybe I want to go teach and coach. Something about it. I just knew I wanted to be a head coach. I wanted to be a head football coach because football was my sport. Sure. That was the thing I enjoyed the most and I could relate to the most. So that's kind of where that took me, and that was where my drive was then, to kind of want to be a head coach. But there's a process that goes through. I want to make sure guys understand there's a pecking order. You work at the bottom and you just work your way up. Wow. And that's kind of one of my fundamental beliefs. I just believe as a coach now, you do the little things right. You invest, you work hard, you do the little bitty things, and the big things will take care of themselves. Those jobs will take care of themselves. Right. Those scholarships, if you're meant to have one, you're blessed to have one, those things take care of themselves. Those promotions, you just do every day what you know to be right and keep getting after it. And the timing, I just believe all that stuff works out. You just can't, there's no shortcuts. Right. Our kids in the weight room, we have a kid maybe show up the first of summer and the last of summer. Well, he thinks, he's lost all that time. Right. And it's the same thing in life. I mean, you got to work every day and have a goal every single day at what you're trying to accomplish, and you got to be driven about that. I just believe there's got to be a passion. You've got to enjoy what you're doing, and you've got to invest a lot of time in it. And there's not a shortcut. A kid wants to be good, he just got to invest, work. And there's some great kids tons of testimonies of just kids, even this summer, of a young man that, he was behind here, and all of a sudden he came. There's one young man that never missed a day all summer. And it's unbelievable what it's done for his body, his confidence level, his speed, the whole thing. His body, just all of it starting to come together for him, and he's invested. The harder you work, the harder it is to give up. I believe in that too. I believe that in life. I believe that not only just in sports, but it's also in my marriage. I believe in our spiritual lives. I believe the same thing. When you invest in your job and your career, you invest a lot in something. You want to see that succeed. Sure. I just think that's in us. And so that's what I try to get across to young men, young women. Hey, just invest. And what you invest in, that's what you think is important too. We're all in this educational thing together. And when I hire guys too, I want to hire somebody with some great character, somebody with great work ethic. We talk about those things because I have a hard time working with people that don't want to work. We're here to do a job. We're here to help educate and raise these people, these young kids in our community. And I'm from this community, so it means a lot for me because this is where I'm from, and want to invest back into these kids and my own kids, as they've come through here too. So I just believe in all of that. But yeah, I think we do what's expected and even do more. From walking around picking up trash or picking weeds, it doesn't matter. If you're a custodian to a maintenance guy to the superintendent, we're all in this whole thing together of teaching kids and helping our kids and doing whatever we see needs to be done. It's not just somebody else's job. Now, I'm not saying I try to step on somebody else's toes and do their job for them. But at the same time, just do what's expected. Look around, notice what's around, and then try to help out, take care of it. I'm a stickler with these guys and my coaches, and they'll probably chuckle at this deal, but of taking care of our facilities. I hammer our kids on taking care of our facilities. So appreciative of what we have here in this building, in our new middle school, and what we've updated the high school. I just think we need to make sure we take care of what we have, and that just shows respect. For the people in our community. It shows that we have pride in our school, and I think it teaches that responsibility to our coaches and also to our kids. I kind of see our coaching really as a tough love kind of deal. We love you, and we're going to tell you we love you, but we expect everything you got in your body. I'm here to help you be a better person, a better individual, and I want to help you reach your goals. Right. But there's only one way I know to do it, and that's wide open. And that's 100% giving it. And we're all going to mess up, and we're going to make mistakes, and we understand that. But we also try to teach accountability, and those things, and along with the work ethic, accountability, showing respect, doing those little things. All that stuff is a process that you go through. And I think in athletics, we learn all those examples, and it's all hands-on. That's what's so good. We can sit here and talk about it in a video. We can talk about it in the classroom. But until you get out there and get dirty doing it and understand what it means, then you don't get it. But what I take the most joy in as a coach, to see a kid do that, to have someone from the community call me and, Coach, one of your players, man, was unbelievable today. They stepped outside and they helped, me fix my house or mow my yard or, help me here. And we're so respectful. That those things give me the most joy is winning a football game.